Borderlands for launch drama, killer loot or buggy mess. Full reviews and performance breakdown SI.com special 2025. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of looter shooters, today's video is for you. We're breaking down Borderlands 4, the latest from Gearbox that's got the gaming world buzzing and glitching. Based on the fresh reviews from SI.com, we'll cover the highs, lows, performance headaches, and whether this sequel lives up to the hype. Is it a must-buy, or should you wait for patches? Stick around for quotes from top critics, score breakdowns, and my take on if it's worth your cash. If you're hyped for more game reviews, hit subscribe, like, and drop a comment. Team Borderlands or nah? Let's loot up and dive in. Quick release rundown. When and where to play Borderlands 4 dropped recently. Exact date not specified in reviews, but it's out now and live on platforms like PC and consoles. It's hitting PC via Steam and Epic Games Store, plus Xbox Series X/S, PlayStation 5, and potentially more. Gearbox promised a seamless open-world experience on the planet Kairos, fighting the Timekeeper's tyranny with your squad of Vault Hunters. But with Day 1 patches rolling out, it's clear the launch wasn't flawless. If you're grabbing it, check for the latest update. Randy Pitchford from Gearbox confirmed a big patch to fix PC woes right out the gate. Overall reception. Solid scores, but not franchise royalty critics are mostly loving Borderlands 4, giving a Metacritic score of 84 out of 100 based on 62 reviews. That's very positive territory, with many calling a step up from Borderlands 3, but not quite matching the magic of Borderlands 2. The core looter-shooter formula shines. Endless guns, chaotic combat, and that signature cel-shaded art style. But story and side content? Mixed bag at best. Jesse Norris from Xbox Era went full fanboy with a perfect 10 out of 10, raving, "I could easily see myself putting in another 1,000 hours, loving every second of it." He praised the rewarding loot cycle and smooth combat as a masterpiece. IGN's Travis Northup scored 8 out of 10, highlighting the tighter, more responsive gunplay and wonderfully satisfying battles, though exploration feels boxed in by invisible walls. GameSpot's Jordan Ramey gave it 7 out of 10, loving the Vault Hunter's versatility. This feels like Borderlands' strongest assortment of Vault Hunters to date, with skill trees that beg for wild experiments. Polygon Giovanni Colantonio also hit 7 out of 10, calling out deeper skill trees, but slamming repetitive side quests as chores and XP grinding as a drag. Player scores on Metacritic? Early vibes are positive but tempered, around 8.2 from users so far, with complaints echoing the critics on bugs. Overall, it's a win for fans craving more Borderlands chaos, but newcomers might want to watch gameplay first. Gameplay highlights, loot guns, and new moves that slap this is where Borderlands 4 flexes. The open world on Kairos is seamless, with 4 diverse biomes packed with gliding, double jumps, and grappling hooks for epic traversal. Combat feels fresh and fluid. Norris called the world a masterpiece for exploration, despite minor gripes like lingering enemy bodies. IGN's Northup dug the wacky, violent world of Kairos and its hand-drawn graphic novel aesthetic, but noted those pesky invisible walls cramped the style. The loot system's on fire. Dozens of wacky weapons, like a black hole grenade or an assault rifle that explodes on reload. Ramy from GameSpot loved sifting through gear, saying it creates thrilling moments with dynamic environments. Northup agreed, noting Borderlands 4 keeps it feeling fresh by continuing to iterate on the silly weapons. Colantonio from Polygon called the arsenal a candy store, with gems like a cryo SMG. No game quite has the same arsenal of curiosity moments. If you live for that dopamine hit of finding the perfect gun, this is your jam. Critics say it's the series' best yet for variety and build crafting. Story and characters, grounded tone but kinda bland, set on Kairos under the Timekeeper's rule. The narrative aims for a more grounded vibe compared to past entries. Northup appreciated the refreshingly grounded approach in characters like Levain, but admitted it doesn't hit the highs of Borderlands 2, missing an iconic baddie like Handsome Jack. Ramy called the new cast very boring and the story messy, questioning. It's never quite clear what your emotional investment in Borderlands 4 is supposed to be. Colantonio found it grand enough to feel a continent-spanning adventure, but ultimately hollow, with side quests about anxious weirdos stealing the show from the main rote superhero story. VGC's Jordan Middle echoed, "The bland new characters take the shine off, though it recaptures some charm from the first 2 games. Bottom line, fun action, but don't expect a narrative masterpiece. It's serviceable for the shoot-'em-up focus, but Borderlands 2 fans might miss the wit. Performance issues. The big elephant in the room, especially on PC. The launch blues. While consoles seem smoother, Norris only noted minor gripes. PC players are reporting a fairly buggy ride. Per IGN's Northup, co-op lag, desensing, teleporting enemies, and progression bugs are rampant. Even solo mode isn't immune. There's no escape from all the problems. Older hardware might struggle too, with stuttering and crashes pre-patched that Gearbox's Randy Pitchford addressed it head-on, confirming a significant Day 1 patch to tackle PC stuttering and crashes. But warning, if your rig isn't top tier, you might still hit snags. Compared to Borderlands 3's rocky launch, this feels like an improvement, but it's not perfect. SI.com advises waiting for post-patch reviews of performance is your priority. Early adopters, brace yourselves. Comparisons to previous games. Better than 3, but number 2 sequel Borderlands builds on 3's foundations with refined movement and loot, fixing some of that game's clunky feel. It's better than its predecessor, per reviews, with tighter gunplay and a more open world. But it doesn't dethrone Borderlands 2, lacking that game's storytelling punch and humor highs. Visuals and sound? Peak Borderlands, with Call Antonio praising the crisp sound design at its best. If you love the series core, this iterates smartly. If 3 burned you out from might win you back. Developer responses? Gearbox is on it with patches, and Pitchford transparency is a plus. No radio silence here. Should you buy it? My verdict and final thoughts at around $70, standard edition. Borderlands 4 is a solid buy for franchise fans craving more loot and laughs, especially if you play on console. The 84 Metacritic and glowing gameplay praise make it a step forward, but hold off on PC until patches land if bugs scare you. It's not revolutionary, but it's fun, chaotic Borderlands at heart. Grab it on sale or wait for the deluxe edition with extras. What do you think? Hyped or passing? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want more on patches or co-op tips, let me know. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for weekly game breakdowns, and I'll catch you in the next one. Game on!